So people have been talking about autonomous vehicles for years, and they've always seemed a bit far away. But have autonomous vehicles now gone exponential, just like AI? We're going to figure that out right now. One of the signs of reaching an exponential state is the number of breakthroughs and how quickly those come. We've got a great example this episode about 4 significant steps forward occurring in a single week. So let's run through those fairly quickly. And thanks to Inside Autonomous Vehicles for all of these snippets. Origo introduces automated people movers to Inverness, Scotland Airport. At Inverness Airport, Scotland, passengers will get the opportunity to ride in Origo's autonomous autopod from the rail station to the airport terminal. The pilot will run this summer through August. So the pilot is over now, and we'll see 2 types of automated people movers trialed, the smaller autopod and a larger auto shuttle. Said Graham Bell, general manager of Inverness Airport, "We are delighted to act as one of the testing grounds for the autonomous vehicle." The distance from the railway station to the terminal is 1.2 kilometers, which is just under a mile. So not long, but not short. Currently, the alternative for passengers is to walk the whole route or take the shuttle bus, for which there is a charge. These autonomous vehicles will be free for this trial. The trial is to gauge the public perception surrounding autonomous vehicles and will assess feasibility of introducing an on-demand, low-cost, connected and autonomous vehicle service to the region. As you might guess, over the years, this region has gotten more populated and the roads are bigger, but there's still a fair distance between the railway station and the airport. So this is story number 1 with introduction of autonomous vehicles to Scotland. Story number 2, the city of Detroit has announced it received significant funding from the state of Michigan to support the growth and operation of the fully electric Connect AV shuttle scheduled to launch right about now. The Connect shuttles will run from Corktown through downtown Detroit, down the East Jefferson riverfront and back. The shuttle service will be free to all members of the public. Connect, a 2-way 10-mile autonomous vehicle shuttle route, will then be in service. So this is a significant route. The City of Detroit's Office of Mobility Innovation successfully applied for the Michigan Department of Transportation, MDOT, 2024 Service Initiatives funding and has been awarded $1.67 million. That's a lot of money for this project. Detroit City Council unanimously voted to approve the initial portion of the MDOT funding. Well, of course they did. This project will significantly benefit both residents and visitors by reducing wait times for public transport, expanding service areas, and providing a convenient, free, and eco-friendly transportation option around the city. The AV shuttle service will serve as a demonstrative model to assist transit agencies across the state and the country on successfully incorporating the latest technologies and improving rider experience for customers. The funding from MDOT will be allocated to support the following: increased service vehicles, allowing them to buy a new service vehicle; service extension, extending the pilot by 12 months, so now it's up to 1.5 years instead of 6 months; and a business modeling tool development. This is a software-based tool that will provide transit agencies with essential data on costs and operational changes associated with new EV and AV technology. So what that software is going to do is give them a cost justification to move forward with it in their local jurisdiction across the state of Michigan and even across the country. Why? Because these electric and autonomous vehicles will be much cheaper to operate. In April 2024, the City of Detroit announced the pilot of a 2-way 10.8 autonomous vehicle shuttle route named the Connect. The city's free pilot service is led in collaboration with a bunch of partners. I'm not going to run through that. The Connect pilot will deploy 5 all-electric, wheelchair-accessible Ford E-Transit shuttles. The project is supported by $1.5 million in first-year initial funding. Perrone Robotics Incorporated was selected as the preferred automation partner for this project, leveraging its 20-plus years of AV experience and technology. So that's story number 2, and you can see in the order of these stories, significantly increasing use of AV from a mile, more or less, to 11 miles nearly, and now 2 much bigger stories. Uber Technologies and Cruise, yes, the same Cruise that got shut down in San Francisco, have announced a multi-year strategic partnership to bring Cruise autonomous vehicles to the Uber platform. This will change Uber over the next several years significantly in urban areas. You get the drift of what you need to be concerned about if you're an Uber driver, right? The companies plan to launch the partnership next year, that's 2025, with a dedicated number of Chevy Bolt-based autonomous vehicles. Once launched, when an Uber rider requests a qualifying ride in the Uber app, they may be presented with the option to have that trip fulfilled by a Cruise autonomous vehicle. Said Mark Whitten, CEO of Cruise, "We are excited to partner with Uber to bring the benefits of safe, reliable, autonomous driving to even more people, unlocking a new era of urban mobility." So this is the direction they're heading straight from the CEO. As the largest mobility and delivery platform, we believe Uber can play an important role in helping to safely and reliably introduce autonomous technology to consumers and cities around the world, said Dara, and I'm going to butcher her last name, apologies, or his, Khosrowshahi, Uber CEO. So that's story number 3, and that's huge. And after story number 4, I will give you my conclusion on the question asked at the beginning of the video. Waymo has introduced its 6th generation autonomous driving vehicle, advancing the company's journey toward fully autonomous vehicles. This new system is designed with improved sensors, including upgraded LiDAR, radar, and cameras, which enhance performance in various weather conditions. So Waymo started out in Phoenix because the weather is almost always perfect. Then it went to San Francisco, where there's a little more challenge to the weather, but not a lot. After that, they've gone down to Austin, Texas, then LA, now Nashville, but these are all in the South, where generally speaking, other than rain, these areas don't have bad weather. You may remember that I did a video on Waymo having applied to provide autonomous taxi service in Manhattan, in the city of New York, all 5 boroughs. This is to prepare them for that, because the weather can be much worse in the Northeast than in other parts of the country. The system is also optimized for cost efficiency by reducing the number of sensors while maintaining safety and redundancy. This allows for better navigation in complex environments and adverse weather. With fewer components and a more streamlined design, Waymo has made the technology more affordable. Extensive testing has shown that this version can handle a broader range of scenarios, demonstrating increased reliability and operational efficiency. The development of the 6th generation Waymo driver underscores the company's commitment to scaling its autonomous technology. As part of this push, Waymo plans to deploy these improvements across its entire fleet more rapidly than it did previous versions. So that's another huge story. They're on their 6th generation of technology, and they've made it significantly better in performance and significantly cheaper at the same time. That's a powerful combination that any company strives for in a major product line. So what does this mean? We've got 4 stories in 1 week that are significant rollouts of autonomous vehicles in 4 urban environments. So the answer to the question that I asked at the beginning of the video, have autonomous vehicles now gone exponential? The answer is yes. And I have been saying this for a while, but I am more convinced than ever now that we are a very short period of time now, and short term means 1 to 3 years, to seeing a significant increase in the number of autonomous vehicles in most major cities. This stuff is going to start to roll out very quickly now. And the other important points from this series of articles is that governments are supporting this actively with significant funding now. And 2, the technology is getting better and better and cheaper, which is a hallmark of exponential technologies and electronics in general. So once again, my warning to those of you who are taxi drivers, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, truck drivers, get ready for serious disruption starting to happen in the next 1 to 3 years. For trucking particularly, there is such a driver shortage. All it will do initially is start to fill that hole. But it's different with Uber, it's different with Lyft, it's different with taxis in major cities. That's straight up replacement of human beings, which will eventually roll out to buses. We've talked about that as well. So please pay attention to that and start planning your career change now while you're ahead of the curve. As I've repeatedly said, pick a career that has the human touch and requires the human touch, such as electrician, plumber, home health aide, nursing, and there's tons more that I'm not mentioning, but you get the picture. Also, please like, subscribe, and share and support us on Patreon. We really need that support. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode.